The day Maryam buried her mother, her entire world collapsed. She stood beside her father, Adamu, holding his hand tightly as the coffin disappeared into the ground. Rain began to fall slowly, almost as if the sky itself was mourning. Maryam was only 15, too young to understand why life could be so cruel. Her mother had been the heart of the family. The woman who kept the house warm, who protected Maryam, who loved Adamu deeply. Now she was gone. Forever, that night the house felt empty, too quiet. Maryam walked past her mother's room and burst into tears again. But her father tried to stay strong. He held his daughter and whispered softly, "It's just you and me now, Maryam. I will always protect you." But sometimes, the promises we make in pain are the very promises life tests the most. 6 months later, Adamu made a decision he believed was right for his family. He remarried. Her name was Zainab. She was beautiful, well-dressed, and smiling politely for her new husband. But behind that smile lived a heart that cared for only one thing. At first, Maryam was hopeful. She thought maybe this new woman could bring warmth back into their broken home. So when Zainab first stepped through the gate, Maryam ran forward with a smile. "Welcome home," she said. She opened her arms to hug her, but Zainab didn't hug her back. Instead, she stepped away slowly, her face twisted with quiet disgust. In that moment, Maryam didn't realize something important. The woman standing before her had not come to build a family. She had come to claim a fortune, and Maryam was standing in her way. That was the moment Zainab made her silent decision. Maryam was not a daughter to her. Maryam was competition. Competition for Adamu's love. And even worse, competition for Adamu's wealth. Weeks passed, and slowly, Zainab began planting seeds of bitterness inside the house. She complained about Maryam constantly. "She is lazy. She is disrespectful. She wastes your money." But Adamu never believed it. He knew his daughter. And that made Zainab angry. So she decided to do something more permanent. One afternoon, while Maryam was at school, Zainab opened her jewelry box. Inside, it was her most expensive possession. A heavy gold necklace worth millions of naira. She lifted it slowly, staring at it with a cold smile. Then she walked quietly to Maryam's room. Maryam's school bag sat on the table. Zainab opened it and carefully buried the gold necklace deep inside the bag. She closed the zipper, then whispered to herself, "By the time I'm done, your father will send you to the streets where you belong." That evening, the trap was triggered. Suddenly, a loud scream echoed through the house. Zainab's voice. Panicked, furious. "My gold! My gold necklace is gone." She ran into the living room dramatically. "That necklace is worth 2 million naira. Someone in this house has stolen from me." Neighbors began peeking through the windows. The house filled with tension. Adamu looked shocked. He trusted his household. But Zainab continued crying loudly. "Search everywhere." Then her eyes slowly turned toward Maryam. "Search her bag." Maryam's heart dropped. Adamu grabbed the school bag. He turned it upside down. Books fell. Pens scattered. And then the gold necklace dropped onto the floor. The entire room went silent. Maryam began shaking. Papa, I didn't do it. So tears streamed down her face. I swear I didn't take it. But Adamu's face had already hardened. I gave you everything, he said to Maryam. His voice trembled with anger. After everything I did for your late mother, this is how you repay me? Maryam collapsed to her knees. Papa, please, believe me. But Zainab stepped forward dramatically. Adamu, if she stays in this house, I will leave. She pointed at Maryam. I will not live under the same roof with a thief. That same night, Maryam was pushed out of her own home. Rain poured heavily. Her small suitcase sat beside her on the wet ground. Neighbors whispered behind their doors. Some pitied her. Others simply watched. But no one spoke up. Maryam stood at the gate, soaked in rain, as her father slammed the door behind her. And just like that, the girl who had lost her mother had now lost her father too. 5 long years passed. Maryam did not perish on the streets as Zainab had hoped. Instead, her aunt took her in. Life was not easy. Maryam worked tirelessly as a seamstress, day after day, night after night, sewing clothes, learning designs, saving every small naira she earned. Meanwhile, back in Adamu's house, Zainab's greed grew larger. She convinced Adamu to sell his properties, land, cars, even the family house, all to invest in a business she claimed would make them rich. But the business never existed. The money disappeared. And when the last naira was gone, so was Zainab's loyalty. Adamu now sat alone in the same house, thin, exhausted, wearing clothes that looked years old. Across the room, Zainab packed her bags. Zainab, please. We have nothing left. Where are you going? Zainab laughed coldly. To a man who actually has money. She walked toward the door. You were a fool to believe me then, and you're still a fool now. Then she added one final cruel sentence. Just like you were a fool to believe I didn't frame your daughter. Adamu froze. Did you say? Zainab smirked. Yes, I put the necklace in her bag. Shepa was innocent. She opened the door. But look at you now, alone, broke. Just as Zainab stepped outside, a sleek luxury car pulled up in front of the house. The driver stepped out, and then the back door opened. A young woman stepped out, confident, elegant, successful. It was Maryam. 5 years had changed everything. Maryam was now a respected fashion designer. Her clothing brand had become popular in the country, but she had not come back for revenge. She had come back for something far more important. Her father. Maryam looked at the broken man standing in the doorway. I didn't come for the money, Papa. Her voice was calm. I came because I knew the truth would eventually bring me home. Adamu collapsed to his knees in tears, begging, apologizing, but Maryam simply turned her eyes towards Zainab. The gold you used to destroy my life is the same gold that bought my first sewing machine. She continued. My aunt sold her own jewelry because she believed in me. Maryam looked at Zainab one last time. And now, you have nothing. The lesson of this story is that lies may win for a moment, but they never last forever. Time always exposes deception, If you have ever been falsely accused, do not waste your energy fighting with words. The greatest answer to injustice is success.